And that way, for anyone that has missed the call today, they can circle back and see that. Perfect. So thank you all for attending. Today, really, I'm really excited that everyone is here that has participated or is going to continue participating in the Hyster Yale Group talent community. We know that the project is live. However, we are working through getting some additional media and drivers and all sorts of different strategies and themes to how we can drive more traffic to the site to get more exposure overall to candidates. We know in today's marketplace, and specifically for technicians, it's very hard to come by target population. So this is one project that we're doing to help with the dealers at Hyster Yale Group to get those qualified people directly to your site. We're hopeful that we can increase that pipeline for you overall and drive more qualified technicians to your individual sites itself. So what I wanted to start with today was, I know that there's been some confusion and a few different things on where to go approach, because the overall talent community project has a few different components. The first one is, as I'm showing on screen right now, is the actual career website. So this is where all of the different dealerships, all your jobs will be pooled into here. Job seekers will be able to search for them, find them, be able to click on them to apply. For most of you, the applications will be going through and submitted into the backend system where you post the requisitions. In addition to, you could have set up email alerts. Anyone that applies also is put into the talent community as well. So we'll talk a little bit about that also. So there's a few different components there. So just the career website itself, I'm showing on screen right now. I think that's really prevalent because, number one, it is a focal destination for that. And maybe what I'll do is I'll take a quick pause here, and someone from the Hyster Yale Group team, if you don't mind, I know that we are going to be launching different types of media strategies and solutions to drive traffic here. Does anyone want to comment on that in terms of what's coming up in the future, or anything else in terms of the advertisement strategy?
Hi, I see that Kelly's been on. I'll address it. So there's a few things. One is we need to get the site posted on the Hyster and Yale sites. And then we're going to communicate that. We're right now looking at which are the areas we're going to be targeting nationwide, so that we can have banners and ads that target different sites, so that to drive traffic to the site. So that hasn't happened. So there's some belief, that we've gone live for like about I don't know if it's been 3 weeks or not, but it's been a short time and we haven't promoted yet. So if your management team is saying, well, why there are no candidates? Well, we haven't launched yet, although we did take up the password and we are live. Technically, we haven't launched yet to the consumer base. So I hope that helps to address kind of what the strategy looks like. And Kelly, we have a pending meeting for the Monster team with this group, and Kelly's going to present to them the marketing strategy. But I believe, Roger, we're probably going to do that sometime next week.
Perfect. Thank you, Evelyn, for that. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that everyone is aware, like you said, that there are going to be some different means to drive traffic and attraction here. But for everyone on the call, in terms of the dealerships, you can promote this yourselves. The site is live, the jobs are there. All of this is working and functioning as designed. So you can start that, but there will be additional recruitment boosts from the Hyster Yale Group also. One more small point is that all the jobs are being submitted onto Monster's collected jobs. So there's our free traffic that we're driving. So when we're coming to the monster.com website, they would be able to find these jobs and link them back to the overall career site. So we're giving you that Monster exposure in addition to. Now, one quick note that I wanted to mention on the career website itself is there is an opportunity for you to highlight together and drive specific information to your own dealerships. So if we want to go all the way to the top and we go to who we are, there is all the different logos of each individual one of you here. If you wanted to promote only the jobs that you have yourselves on the site or look at them, you can click on each one of these logos. What you'll see it does is it actually goes through and creates a URL with your own unique job. So for this one here, we'll see here, this is all the jobs for Lift 1 on the site. So if you ever wanted to have this on your career website or promote this yourselves, you can easily go through and copy and paste this link and submit it through. So candidates will be able to click on that and come directly to the Hyster Yale Talent Community career site and listed only your jobs as well. Or you can bring them back to that central one, which I think I saw Meredith post into the chat also. Yeah, so that's one thing on the career website. And I see that, Jessica, you did have a question in terms of separate logins for different websites, et cetera, et cetera. Myself and Jen Maisel is your Monster account representative and manager. We thought that it'd be good to come up with an FAQ for you all. Just something nice and easy so you can review, have all the information in one place. So myself and Jen will be sending that to you later on. After this call, we'll send that over to you. It is going to be a living document, so we'll continue to update it as we see fit. But in that document, we will break down those 3 individual logins, or for lack of a better term, different destinations. The first one that I'm showing right now is the actual dealership career site. So you're seeing that right now. On my specific screen, you can see I've segregated by logo, so we can find only the Lift 1 jobs. That's up to yourselves. Once you go to that Who We Are section, you can click on your individual logos and you'll return that same results specific to yourselves. The second place that I wanted to connect everyone to, and this will be in the FAQ as well, is going to be the the back-end portal to the career website. So this is the front facing, this is where candidates would see. In that URL, I'm also going to send you a different one, which most of you have seen is this sort of purple background. This is the back-end portal of the dealer career website. So for those of you that are creating requisitions and coming in here to create them, you would see them here. So you'd go over to here. You'll see you have 2 different toggles here. You'll have the requisitions and the CMS, or sorry, the requisitions area. Once you click on the requisitions area, you'll see all the requisitions that are created, or the requisitions that you've created, my apologies. And this is where we're going to find how you create your jobs. So post them onto the site itself. The other thing that, oh, sorry, I'm just going to grab someone else's. The other thing that I wanted you to make note of is once we start to have applicants coming into the requisitions itself, this is where we're going to find active people that have applied directly to your requisition that you've created. So again, because the media full strategy hasn't been delivered, we're not getting all the eyeballs that we need to here. And again, that's going to be one component of a larger strategy. I'd encourage all of you dealers to promote your own links, make sure people are coming to the site. But as job seekers come to apply, they're going to appear in 2 places. Number 1 is if they apply directly to your requisition that you posted for some of the other dealers that we've taken from your career website or your applicant tracking system, they will still appear on this site. So you can go to either your applications area or your requisitions area. You would go down to your specific requisition that you've created, and you'd be able to click on it and see the applications themselves. So these would be the people that have seen, for example, this Gregory Pool position. They clicked on the Technician 1 job, then they entered in their resume to apply. So anyone that has applied directly to your requisition, you would go into, on my FAQ sheet, it would be the 3rd one, which is where the candidates have applied to your specific jobs and where you create requisitions. You will see them here that have applied directly to your position. Now, at the same time, anyone that applies to any requisition, we are still capturing their information and submitting them over into the talent community. And that talent community doesn't have anyone's applications to it. It's just every applicant that goes through uploads a resume. We're collecting that for you as a dealer network to go through and build a talent community, a talent pool of qualified people. So in that talent community, all those people are just people that have expressed interest in the Hyster Yale dealer network. They have uploaded a resume. That's for all of you collectively as a dealer network to go through and message and review and to build pipeline itself. So that's the differentiation. One URL that I'm sending over is where you create requisitions, where you see people that have applied directly to your requisition. The following link, which is on the monster.com website, which I'll show you that, that's where you would go to search for candidates. So you would search them on Monster. You would search them on military.com. You would also search them in this talent network where I'm saying that everyone that's applying, their resume gets uploaded to that talent network. So you can go through it and source from there. So I wanted to make that differentiation. So there are a few different links coming through. The first one is the candidate-facing career website. The second one is what I'm showing right now, the back end of that career website, which is where you create requisitions and see people that have applied directly to your recs. And then the third link I'd send you is over here to the Monster employee. You'd go in and enter your information. This is now where you're going to be creating, doing your resume search. So do you want to search Monster? Do you want to search military? Do you want to search the talent network? That's all the different areas where you can do that. So all of that functionality is under that whole search Monster area under my candidates. You'd be able to go through, you'd be able to do all your keyword searches that you've experienced before. And I know most of you have gone through a few different training sessions on that. So all those types of informations apply.
Hey, Alan, I think
Yep.
just a few questions. People are like kind of, you're jumping around from different sites. So they want to know, are they going to get the links? And then I think the other question, Alan, that needs to be clarified is there's certain people who have access, right, to certain areas at the dealership. It's not like every, if you might have 4 people doing this work, but, only some are going to have access, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So thank you very much for that, Evelyn. Sorry, I am on multiple screens, so I'm seeing them in real time here. The questions come through. So yes, number one, I think I mentioned this beginning. Myself and Jen will be sending you an FAQ document. I'll just quickly share with you what it will look like. It'll look like something like this. So you'll see here, is the Dealer Network live? Yes. Here's the link to the career portal. Here is the link to see your job requisitions and the candidates that have applied. Here's where you search resumes. So that's what I'm going to be sending to you after the call. I thought I'd walk through it in person first. Following that, we can sort of go through some of that other information. And I think that's a good segue because that's one of our next questions is how many people can log into post jobs? So I've gone through and worked with a few different contacts from all the dealerships. Right now, we have 1 employee per dealership that can come in and log in and post jobs. Now, once you've done that, creating that requisition on the website, you can go through and make email alerts to all different people so they can get notified of any people that have applied to your active requisition, but there's 1 per dealership. The next question that Jen and I sort of envisioned was how many people can go in now, what you're seeing on my screen. And I apologize if I'm jumping around too much, as I heard it mentioned, is that if we have, once you log into search resumes, this is where you can do that. You have up to 5 people that can come and search resumes. So 5 people from your dealership can log in. They should have had access to Search Monster training. You'll see on my screen here, they can now do those searches depending on, are they searching the Monster database, the military.com database, or the Hyster Yale Group Talent Network. So those are the 3 different areas you can do that. As you go through and create a search, you can see here that all the results that you're looking for are here. If you need to, you can go through and save that search to get notified of those people. But over here, that's where you can see all the different lists of people. Are you searching the Monster database, or are you searching the Hyster Yale Talent community, or are you searching both? You want to see either. So that's where you can do this check mark area. It's under the candidate sources. And then from there, you can drive those email campaigns that you've learned about. You can send them messages and follow-up messages. And so you can connect with those individual people for active recruitment.
Okay. Hey, Alan, in your FAQ, can you add a video link to the training, like one of the trainings per site? And then can you also provide a separate document that says who at the dealership has access to what?
Yeah, actually, you know
Because
what? I'm going to share that right now.
okay.
So we do have that here. Here are the lead HR contacts for each of the dealerships. We also have the account manager at Monster, which is Jennifer Maisel. So we put her phone number as well as her email address. If there's anything with the specific dealer career website, you can contact our Monster MST support team. The only thing that out of what you mentioned, Evelyn, is that for the pre-recorded training videos that we have, I know that there's been some difficulties accessing Dropbox and whatnot. I know Michael Holland has uploaded them onto Box. So I'm going to defer you to Michael for that because I don't have access to share from Box. But after this recorded training session, I'll send that over to Michael so he can upload that, or so he can share that Box sort of link. If Michael, you send it over to me, I can upload that. I can update that here so you don't have to just go to Michael.
Yeah,
I'll have the link to
that would
training
be
as
great.
well.
Yeah,
I
Not a
would
sounds good,
prefer
problem.
Alan.
to have
Thank
an
you.
open link. Thanks, Alan.
No problem. And
Okay.
I'm glad that we were sort of addressing some of those common questions that Jen and I took some time to think about what we would want to share with the dealer network, as well as everyone else. So this is, in essence, that's actually all the things that we wanted to share
Okay.
with you. So
So
here's
yeah.
sort of that information.
Okay. So let's just open it up for questions, because one of the things we were looking at last week, some people didn't know where to go to like see like their jobs and if candidates have applied. And again, like there at this point there isn't a lot of traffic, right, of
Mm.
candidates applying, because we haven't launched out to the public. We wanted to announce it to you guys, and we wanted to make sure there was a few dealers who hadn't posted any jobs or had some issues. We wanted to get those resolved. And I believe we're at a point, Alan, where all that's been addressed now. So correct.
I do believe so. I think that most of those items have been resolved. I think there's one or two small things trickling through. I know for Pape, we're looking at getting a subsection of their jobs onto the site versus their full jobs. So we got that information yesterday, so we're reviewing that. But yeah, I think this page that we'll send out after this call, I'll send first the uploading to Michael so he can upload that, and before I send it, at least we'll have the link to the training video. We'll send that over to everyone on this call today. I know we have another session tomorrow, so we'll do that as well. But that should answer all those questions in terms of which links to go to, where you can find your candidates that have applied to your specific job, where to post a requisition, all of that information, and where to search for jobs. And that's one thing that I really want to emphasize as well. We know that the market is really tight right now. We know that we're working on additional advertisement and media to drive traffic there, but you can search the resume database of Monster right now. If you're having that shortage, please, I strongly encourage you to click on this link here, Hiring a Monster, choose your Monster service. Go through, enter in your credentials that you've worked with. I know Jen has set most of the people up itself for that training. Go through and start campaigning those people. Do some email messages to make sure you get those visibility, because you can start that right away. And we want to encourage you to tap into the existing pool on Monster. Once we start to have more traffic and you'll see them coming to your active jobs as well as the talent network is increasing, then you'll have another bucket to pull from.
Okay, we have David Lawrence has his hand raised. David, do you still have a question?
Yes, thank you. I didn't want to interrupt, and Alan's going pretty fast, but I did.
Yes.
He mentioned Pape having to have a subsection separated out. We have the exact same issue. I have sent in a request, I think, to Kelly. No, I'm losing names. I'm sorry, but anyway, all of our jobs are being scraped, and we are a Caterpillar dealer for our heavy equipment side, and all of those jobs are being listed as Gregory Pool lift systems, and that's very misleading to both the applicant and of course branding issue there, because both Caterpillar and Hyster don't benefit from us cross advertising like that.
So I think that's a really good point. I think to the point where we're talking about Pape as well. If we're looking to have that differentiation show up on the Hyster Yale talent community, we're of course we're more than happy to accommodate that. We need to have a unique identifier for those things. So, for example, if there is a category or if there's a subsection, I think I saw an XML, and I'm just catching up on emails, that you have differentiated which jobs are for Hyster Yale versus which jobs are Caterpillar, and we can see that and we can go to your site to review that. Yes, of course, we can work on making sure that those are correct. That was never sort of in our initial scope when we sent over that information for integration. We had said, where are your jobs? We provided them. Now, of course, we'll help refine that and make sure that that is as accurate as possible.
So what did you need from me? Oh,
yeah, David, why don't I do this for you specifically? I will reach out to you, and I will just get again, some sort of filter job page or a listing of only the Hyster Yale jobs that you want on the Hyster Yale Group website, so that we can pinpoint those ones and only take those ones and put them onto that talent network.
Okay, I'm not sure how we'll get there, but we'll try that if we can get together. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And that's sort of what we need in general, right? If we're trying to say we need to differentiate them, we need your help in how to differentiate them. We can't just look for words or something. We need some sort of set attribute.
Okay.
Hey, Alan, this is Brandon from Pape. Did that link I sent you work, where it's like our dedicated page for our Pape material handling postings?
Yeah, so unfortunately, Brandon, I know you sent that over today. I haven't had time to review just because I was prepping for this and some other calls, but I will
Yeah.
take that with my team to review and I'll let you know if we need anything else.
Okay, sounds good.
And it looks
Okay.
like Jessica has her hand raised.
Hello.
Jessica.
Hi, hello. I just had a quick question. So are we using the same login credentials for each of these websites? Like, the resume database search we've been using, are this one where we're, the Hyster Yale network dealer, the other websites, are we using those same login credentials, or is that going to be provided to us? And then I have a new person on my team that I would like to get accounts created for.
Sure. So I'll tackle those in a few. So for the new person, please contact Jennifer Maisel. She'll help you set up the credentials for logging into monster.com to get them to search the resume database, eventually the talent network itself. We are listing only one user to post jobs and to see active requisitions on the back end of the career website. So again, we have put in the specific listing of who those are here. If that specific person needs to change, please let us know and we can update that. But to answer your question, they are not the same login. So they are two separate systems. You can change your passwords to sync them up if it's a little bit easier for yourselves, but they are unique logins to two separate portals, so you would have to manage those.
And then is that information going to be given to us, or are you guys going to tell us, okay, here you go, create your account. You guys are green light to go ahead and tackle that yourselves?
Yeah, so what we'll have is we'll have a password reset where you can go through once you have created access to the backend portal of the searching the resumes or the backend of the career portal. You can click on that reset password and then you'll get that generated to you.
Perfect. And then one more quick question. When I'm in the search and there was an option, we did it on one of our other calls recently. It said active jobs. I'm not going there to see my active jobs that are scraped from my ATS. I'm going to this other website, the Hyster Yale Dealer Network website, to see those scraped active jobs.
Yeah, you'd be going
Okay.
into this sort of area here. You'll see the purple sort of header over here. You'll see your requisitions that we've taken from your applicant tracking system, if that's what we're doing. And you'd see the applicants that have applied directly to your recs here. That's where you would see the active ones. The other people that have just joined the talent community, you would see them in the more Monster top branded, because this is our Monster search Monster user interface for searching resumes. And again, I'm apologize. I know that I'm jumping a little bit, so I will try to slow it down a bit. But we do have two distinct systems for you to support this project. One is the posting of requisitions if you don't have that ATS integration. The second part of that is to find the active people that have applied to your position. And then there's the monster.com area where you can search resumes, and that's where you can search the Monster and the military.com database, in addition to the Hyster Yale Group talent community.
Got it. Thank you.
No problem. Anyone else? I know that we're just coming up on time, so I want to make sure we're answering all the questions. The whole goal for myself and Jen was to provide a little cheat sheet, for lack of a better term, or just talk through the overall process, because I know there's been a flurry of emails back and forth. Everyone's been scrambling to get their jobs up. We're now launched, we're ready, we're waiting for the additional advertisement and targeting. So here's a great opportunity for us to lock down that process. Like I said, if you have feedback or anything on the FAQs that we send over, or you want more information, please direct them to myself and Jen. We're happy to update that document. As I said, I want it to be a living document, so we get all the information for you, because it's nothing for Jen and I. It's just what is most valuable for yourselves. How can we make sure that that's at your fingertips so it's not an arduous process? And that's where we're going to continue to commit to you.
Hey, Alan, this is Meredith with HYG. I have a quick question regarding the expiration date on job postings. I know that's automatically set to 30 days, but I believe where they create a job within the hiring.com Monster website, is that where they can change, and can we have anything that provides a screenshot of how to change that?
So I do want to differentiate one thing, Meredith. So the hiring.monster.com, that is posting a job on monster.com. So that's monster.com, the job board. If
Okay.
we're looking at, oh, sorry, Jen?
Oh, sorry. And I was going to say,
Okay.
that's nothing that anyone is doing today.
Yeah.
All jobs that are getting posted through the Monster job platform or through the ATS are automatically going on monster.com for organic exposure. So no one should be going to the hiring.monster to post any jobs.
Okay, so on the other website, if they don't have an ATS, can you show them how to change the expiration date if they don't want it an auto 30-day expiration?
So if you're talking about the back end of the career portal
Yes, that's what I'm
for
talking
a
about.
Hyster Yale group, no, that is unfortunately a set mandate for the website. You just have to refresh that job to have it expire or continue on for another 30 days. There is only a 30-day maximum that we can continue, and you would just have to repost it.
Okay.
So if for some reason you chose to not have it active again, you can go in and change the status to not active. But it is by default and set in programming that is active for 30 days and then it has to be refreshed.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. And Jessica, I just want to make sure, sorry, I'm trying to do my double screens. Did you still have a question, Jessica?
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you.
No problem. Sorry, I keep trying to look on all the screens, but I'm probably jumping back and forth, so I'm trying to slow it down a little bit. Does anyone else have any additional questions or comments right now? Like I said, we'll send over the recording to this video to Michael so he can upload it to Box. Once I get that confirmed URL, I'll put that back into the FAQ before I send it over today. And then please feel free to message myself and Jen for any other comments or feedback or any additional information you'd like on that FAQ. And we're happy to work through that and get that updated for you all. And is there any closing comments from Hyster Yale that you'd want to do to close off this session?
Yeah, I think there was just a lot, Alan, and everybody's just trying to get organized. You know, we had some changes at the dealers and new people and stuff like that. So my ask is that, you know, to take the time to read the FAQ. We'll get back together and we'll slow things down a bit. And we'll go through the sites and just make sure everybody is organized and ready to go with the different access points and the different sites to be able to reach the data, whether it's a resume database or the candidates who applied to your jobs. So just make sure you guys are taking the time to do the review. It just helps when someone at the dealership is engaged at that level of detail so that we can move forward.
And also wanted to add, you know, as you all, to Evelyn's point, as you all review the FAQs, and if you have additional questions, Jen has made it clear to me, and I think she's made it clear on all the calls that she's available, right? You know, you can reach out to her directly, and she can also answer any questions that you may have, because while you may have the question, someone else may not, but please reach out, and we want to help you be successful using the site.
Absolutely. Thank you, Roger, for that point. And my apologies for running late. As I'm sure you can see, I whacked the dickens out of my face before this call. But yes, and we're going to have a duplicate call tomorrow morning. So if anyone wants to sit on that, feel free to. We'll be recording it as well. But I am absolutely here for any questions you guys have at any point. And that my contact information is all in the FAQ that we're going to be sending out shortly. All right. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, team. More to come.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.